Hello everyone students. As we are discussing in my previous lectures about the management definition, concept, nature, scope, importance, advantages, and I hope you all get understand very well about the concept of management, about the importance of management, advantages of management, why the management is so important in the organization, and what is basically management is applied in the organization, and why we all are going to teach you management subject and what is the importance of management in your life. So hopefully students you understand about all these concepts. If you have really confusion, we just make a short review of all the lectures that we have taken. We have talked about that management is a process, management is the art of getting things done, management is a discipline, management is decision making, management is leadership. This all we have discussed about the concepts of the management. Actually, management is this. We also talked about that management is consists of various activities such as planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling, in which we have learned about that what is planning, what is directing, what is staffing, what is controlling. We learned about various concepts. We learned about the importance of these activities. We learned about how all the departments are interrelated and why the management is really needed to have a proper coordination among these all departments and to accomplish the task of goal of an organization. So till now, I hope students that you have learned about the concept and there will be no confusion in your mind about the concept of the management. What we are going to discuss today. Actually, students, if we talk about the concept of management, or if we define the management concept was considered or management concept studied in three aspects. Means management is called as an art also, management is called as a science also, and management is called as a profession also. I've told you the various definitions, I've make you learn various definitions about the management. I told you the various points about the management, and in that points you learned about the various areas that management cover, and we just learn out the when all these things the things came into your mind that some there it is written that management is like a science, some there it is written management is like an art, and if you see science and art are two different fields. Means if you are a student of the commerce also, science have a different perspective and art have a different perspective. So science and art are two different perspective things that a student have studied in their aspects. So actually what is why the management is called as an art, or why the management is called as a science, and why management is called as a profession, we are going to discuss it today. Firstly, student, first concept is why management is called as an art. Tell me student firstly, why what is an art? What is an art? क्या होती है art? What is an art? Art means drawing. Yeah, you are understanding right. You paint something on your paper, right? That is an art. How you do that painting? For example, I just gave you the picture that all the students who are in the class just draw the picture of an apple on the paper. Firstly, one thing that came into your mind, what is that? How the apple looks like. In everybody's mind, as I have told you quickly, as I have told to make a picture of an apple on the paper, then only in all the minds the shape of the apple coming. Right, students? Everybody is thinking about the shape of an apple now? And another thought that is coming to your mind, if I am not wrong, that you are thinking that how I will draw it. Now students, just do it. Just make or draw the one apple on the plain paper. Draw. Now you are not sitting together, but now see if you have 2 or 3 individuals in your family, ask other also to draw the shape of an apple on the paper. What happened? Try. What you will see, students, all the individuals that you are involved in making the shape of an apple on the paper make the shape of the apple somewhat different from you or from each other, right? You all three, apple is same for all of your three. Apple doesn't have a different shape, right? The shape that comes into your mind of the apple is same in all of you, 3, 4 or any count that you have in your family that are making at this time the shape of an apple. have a same image of an apple in their mind. But when you're drawing it on paper, the shape of the apple or size or anything, it not look like same. Why so? Tell me, why so? Apple, the name is same for everyone. The image of the apple that is coming into your mind is same for everyone. But still the drawing that you have made is different. Why so? Think it. Because art is in your hands. Nobody can have the same technique and same quality of making the art, right? And how this quality came? To some it is God gifted, so some it is because of practice, to some because when they were very young, their parents teachers teach them to have a right, and at that time they have started making a very creative art and all that. They can be reasons many, but there are the reasons. So despite of a same shape of an apple, a same image of an apple, you are making it differently in the same way. And also it depends on how much you can make, what color you have in your hand, which pencil you are using, and what time and with which concept you are making that image. There are the various things that matters, that why the apple shapes are different. Now same concept applied in management students. We have the same practices, we have the same principles, we have the same subject for you all. We teach you same theories, we teach you same definitions, same authors. Everything is same we teach you. You all have the same information. Still, doing or practicing the management theories in the real life by the managers in the organization completely depend on the person itself or the manager itself, that how he or she is handling the situation and how he or she is following that practices and actually implementing their practices, and how much they understand their practices and how well they follow the practices of the organizations and what is that result. For example, everybody have the same sort of course in their families, I think. But all the families are different. They have the different management methods. They have a different set of financial goals and everything. They have a different setup. Same in the organization. So management is completely depends on the creativity of the manager, that how he or she is handling the management theories and practices in their life, and how much they are successfully implementing these theories, and how successfully they have understood that theories and practices, and how much they are creative to use that theories and practices in their organizational problems and deals, so that they can achieve the target of organization and they can achieve the organization's goal. And that's why management is called as an art. For everyone, management theories are same. For everyone, management practices are same. For everyone, management is same, but still, it depends on the manager, like how he is following, how he is practicing, what is the maturity level of the manager, how he is dealing with the problems, how understanding with the problems, how he followed that practices, how he is implementing that practices, at what time he is implementing that practices. Completely the results depend on that. As you're seeing on the screen also, that management is an art form, we should first understand the meaning of an art. Art is defined as the ability of the information and skills to get the desired result. Art is the ability to come up with a unique solution to art forms of complicated problems. See, management come up with unique and creative solutions to business challenges. There are no predefined solutions to business problems. We're using hundreds of ways to build new processes, the normal part of the management. Yeah? There are multiple ways to solve the problem which are prevailing in the organization. And actually, that I have told you before also, there is no one way of the solution of every problem that are prevailing in the organization. For any problem, there can be many solutions. Now it depends on the manager, that how creative, how unique, how much understandable he or she was, that can be able to deal with the problems in a creative. So students, you understand? I think this concept gets very clear in your mind, that why management is called as an art. Management is called as an art. Just remember my words, remember the definition of this. Management is called as an art because management, how the management techniques will be followed in the organization, and what will be the result of the management practices, what will be the solutions and how effective that solution will be in organization practices is completely depend on the creativity of the manager, maturity level of the manager, that how the manager is dealing with all that aspects. And it is the only manager who is responsible for the successful implementations of that policies in the organization. Clear? Now we talk about the next concepts too. Why management is called as a science. I hope you understood about the why management is called as an art. This concept is very much clear here. I'm repeating it again. Management is called as an art because it depends on the creativity of the manager. Our successful implementation of the management policies completely depends on the creativity of the manager. Clear, students? Now we are talking about the next concept, which is very important concept. Just learn it very, very calm. Why management is called? You will say, ma'am, we are a commerce student and you are teaching us management. First, you are saying management is an art. Secondly, you are saying management is a science. So, I am a commerce student. I have taken commerce, and why I am studying it? I have to study the commerce subject. Student, what is commerce? Commerce means, you know what is commerce? Commerce means it consists of the various activities that are related to the business, or it is a study of various aspects that are involved in the business dealings. In commerce, you studied about accounting, management, and everything that is all concerned with the business organization only. The commerce is the study which deals with all the aspects that are related to the business operation, right? And management is also, we are just learning the management, that we are learning the management in our business only beta. That's why this management subject is in your commerce. But the nature of management is like that. We have this understanding that how the management behaves and in which way management works. So firstly, I have told you that management depends on the creativity of the manager. And secondly, I am telling you that management is a science. Now tell me, students, why management is called? What is the science? Okay, tell me. क्या होता है science? Science means if there is a law of motion, if the ball have to go up, it will go down, and there is a particular this velocity and this whole thing, and ball will come down, and this will be happening, and that all is that can be proved 100 of times also. If 100 times you just pull the ball upside, it will come down only. And it has been proved by various authors and various scientists after various research, and they have proved it with the practical applications, and this theory can't be changed and nobody can say that this is wrong, right? This is only science. In the same way, better management works. Management is not like, actually from where this concept came that management is not a science. Previously, when we have started the commerce or we have started the business operations, the supervisor is going to do what? They take the decisions that doesn't have any practicality or doesn't have their base of the facts. They only take decisions according to their will. I just want to have the target of 1,000 crores, so it has to be produced. I want the target of 2,000 that have to be produced. In this way, means they didn't even realize that what they are saying that can be happen in practical life or not, that can be done by individual or not. And secondly, very thing important that they do, they compare the performance according to their will only. Means if they wanted the person to be produced 1,000 crores, they compare the performance of the individual from that 1,000 crores. Despite of this checking that 1,000 crores production is possible for the individual or not, or resources are available or not, or the time is enough or not. They didn't check it on the practical ground. And from there only the science concept explained. Basically, management is called as the science because the theories, the practices, the principles, the applications, that all has been included in the management, that does not depends on the particular will or particular mind. This is not that. It all have been discussed, it had all been researched, it had all experimented, and when they have proved to be right, then only they have included in the management theory subjects, and then only you all are studying this management subject. And that's why we called management as a science. So management is called as a science because everything, every concept, every practices that is included in under the management based on fact, figure and practicality. They have the systematic structured approach. What do you mean by systematic? Systematic means organized, structured approach. Everything is well organized, they have a particular sequence, particular system. Everything is based on fact and figures. Everything is based on practicality. Management says, follow the rules of the science. Don't take the decision on the thumb or nail, like only I feel because that's why I have done this. No, why you have feel? It should be based on fact and figures. Science is an organized collection of knowledge that has an explanation on the basis of facts for every phenomenon. The concept and hypothesis of science are all defined with principles. And a similar thing is practice in management. Like art management also shares key factors with science which can quickly help us term management as a science. First thing, systematic subject. जैसे केमिस्ट्री में होता है, फिजिक्स में होता है, सिस्टमैटिक प्रिंसिपल्स और डिवीजन्स होते हैं, सब सेक्शंस होते हैं, सेट ऑफ प्रिंसिपल्स होते हैं जो आपको एक्सपेरिमेंट करने में मदद करते हैं. Similarly, management has a systematic structure of divisions and principles. Every management have their sub principles. Every management have their theories. Every management have a categorization. Management is divided into a systematic structure. Everything have its definition. Every person have its level. The duties, responsibilities, and everything divided according to the level and responsibilities. Everything divided according to the individual. So everything is systematic under management that is based on practicality, experimented, research, requirements, and according to the systematic structure of the organization, which makes the organization successful and helps to achieve the target of the organization, which is directed towards the organization goals. Now, as we are discussing about it, management is called as a science because management depends on the systematic structure. Systematic structure means that everything in the management is well organized. It depends on the particular systematic method, particular systematic techniques, and systematic organized way. Everything is based on facts and figures. Nothing is like that that depends on any viewpoints or any particular individual's nature. Nothing like that. It doesn't depend on the biasness or judgment of any individual. It only is all the practices and the principles that we followed in the management based on facts and figures. Now, if I talk about the another points of why management is called as a science, then management is called as science because it has a universal validity. As I have told you also, students, if you have remembered in my last lecture, I have told you that all the principles, concepts, and the practices that you are following in the management are universal applicable. It is not like that the teaching that we are teaching you or the subjects that we are telling you, you can apply these management techniques or practices, or you can discuss about these practices only in India. It are universally applicable. In the way you are studying management here, in the same way you can apply the management all over the world, all over the universe. The management, the creativity or the theoretical management is only depends on the creativity, theoretical knowledge that you are having, depends on the person, individual, but that can be applied universally. Next, management depends on the experiments that I have told you, that there were several researches have been done before framing the theories, before framing the definitions. Several experiments have been done. Several things have been discussed, practically implemented. Then only it has been finalized that what theories and what practices should be included under the subject of management. So, student, that's why this management is called as an art or management is called as a science. Because, like in art, in the management also, you have to learn about the theoretical complications, you have to learn about the theoretical knowledge. You get the theoretical knowledge while doing your degree, or you are getting the theoretical knowledge from the books. But the implementation of that theories completely depend on the creativity of the manager. As I've told you that you all have the same image of apple in your mind, but you have drawn it differently on the paper just because it depends on your creativity and how you can make that apple on the paper. In the same way, theoretical knowledge management is all about the theoretical knowledge that we give you by the subjects. All the managers little about same. If we talk about from the theoretical knowledge concept or theoretical practical outlooks, but their implementation and how they will implement in their life and what will be the results of their implementation is completely depends on their creativity and how that implementation will be done by them. Management is called as a science. I'm again telling you, student, is a very important concept because all the theories, all the practices, all the principles that you followed under the theory of management depends on various experiments, depends on various facts and figures. They are not worked in a hollow manner or in a just judgment manner or any prejudice manner. It completely depends on the nature of the manager. It completely depends on the facts, experiments, figures that what management have to be undertaken. This is what management is. And that's why management is called as an art and management is called as a profession. Now there is another concept that why management is called as a profession. If I talk about the nature of management, management is called as an art, management is called as a science, management is called as a profession. But I've told you why management is called an art, why management is called as a science, and why management is called as a profession. So this discussion of me and yours that management is called as a profession and management is called as a science or art, I think you completely differentiate. Means after listening these lectures, you get a clear picture of what that there is a difference between. If I've told you to write the difference, but that why management is called as a science or an art, I think students you will be able to write it. If it's coming in your exams and you have to write it, then what you will write? If management is an art, because management depends on the creativity of the manager, it involves a theoretical knowledge that the student collect by studying, but that the implementation of that theoretical knowledge completely depends on the creativity of the manager, and how that becomes implemented and successful of the nature depends on the individual. In the same way, management is called as the science because all the principles and all the practices that are followed in the management are based on facts and figures and have the universal applicability. They have a proper systematic approach, they have the proper experiments, research, and then only that theories and all the practices have been included in the management. Now we come upon the next concept, that why management is called as the profession. Students, what is profession? What according to is profession? Profession is somewhat, it can be to if I explain you in a very simple way, a profession is a specialized skill of knowledge. Like you have a profession of CA, chartered accountant, they have a different field, they have an independent management. You have a field of law, they are independent, they have a different field, they have separate field of skills they have. They deal with a different department. So in the same way, these all courses that you do, they have a different field where they work, and they are specialized in special skill they bear, and they deal with a special part or a different part of the organization. In the same way, management is also a specialized skill of knowledge. But management is not like that you have studied in the subject and you all have studied the same subject, you all have done your course of BBA or BCom, and you all understood like that we all became the manager. Yes, you all became a manager. But it's not like why we told you that BBA or BCom is honors is a professional course. Because when you are doing BBA students, this learning of management is not like that you have learned about our subject. It is a practicality, means these all the theories you have to apply in your practical application in the companies when you deal with the problems, and therefore management is a specialized skills of knowledge, and therefore management is called as a profession. You can use this management degree or management practices in your own way. Means you can use it as a, if you want to have a, you want to become a trainee, you can be a trainee for anyone. You can teach your teachings. You can have a trainee in the departments. You can teach your teachings. You can solve the problems of the organizations. You are working in the organization only, then you are dealing with a different set of problems and you are doing a different set of work. So that is also a specialized field, like a chartered accountant, like a lawyer, because as they are dealing with the problems, they are solving the problems, they are dealing with the different areas. And in the same way, a manager have that this particular skills, the specialized skills after learning this management, and they also have a different field of knowledge. And therefore, management is called as a profession. Management is a science in the applicability. Management is an art, is an applicability, but management is also the profession. It is a specialized field of knowledge. It is an expertise field of knowledge. It is not like that if you don't have to be expert in this. Yes, you have to be expert in it. As and as you get getting expert in implementing the policies of management, as efficient you become, and as the successful ratio of the management comes to you. So management is important because for this also you require the formal educational system. You acquire the degree, you acquire the degree of MBA or BBA. You get the excellence of the degree. You have a formal levels of the degree to acquire this. So it is a actually profession means when you have a contract between the company and the professional for a specific period, entry factors for the role are limited by various factors. What is a profession? When the entry in particular field is limited by the various factors. And in this field also, in the management field also, you have a certain restrictions to enter. Means you can enter in this field only after doing this BBA, MBA or the management studies. Therefore, this management is called as a profession, because without acquiring that, you can't able to learn about the practices and you can't learn about the aspects that you are going to deal, that you have to deal while working in the organization. Management have a restricted entry. Entry to any management role is possible only for candidates certain set entry criteria: educational qualification, experience, efficiency, knowledge of specific software, etc. Means there are particular criteria that companies keep to make entry of the managers in their organizations. They base the criteria on the basis of the education. They base the criteria on the basis of knowledge. They base the criteria on the basis of the experience, age group, specific knowledge of the softwares, many of them. So entry is also very much restricted in this field. Not all that you have this taking the degree can get the entry in the same organizations. When you just completed your degree, you will be in different organizations at the different posts. Why? Because it depends on your skills, it depends on your knowledge, it depends on your personality, it depends on your creativity, it depends on your age group, experience, that where you go and what company will give you. So management is a profession. Management is a specialized expertise body of knowledge. It improves with the continuous practice. It requires time to be efficient for the management. Management doesn't come in day 1 or 2. It comes by practicing. As more you practice management, as more efficient you become. But that practice should become in the right direction. That will be of positive manner. If you do the practice in a negative manner or in the manner that does not give you the fruitful results. So management is a profession. Next, code of conduct and association. Management also have its code of conduct. Management also have its code of ethics. Management also have what to do and what not to do. What is right and what is wrong. Management is also have a limited area to work. They have a particular restrictions in which you have to work. You have to follow that code of conduct. So that's why, because the management deals with all three these criteria, That's why management is called as the profession. Because management have a restricted entry like any other profession. Management have a code of conduct like any other profession. And management is a expertise body of knowledge, specialized body of knowledge like any other field. So management is depends on the person, obviously ability. For the management, you have to learn about the theoretical knowledge and practices. You have to show your creativity also. You require the expertise skills also, and that's why management is called as a profession. So, student, these three concepts of mind of today, in which I have told you that management is a science, management is an art, management is a profession. I think becomes very clear in your mind that why we call management is a science, why we call management is an art, and why we call management is a profession. We call management is an art because it depends on the creativity of the manager, how the information has been used by the manager for the organization and how implement the theories and practices make successful for the organization. Secondly, management is in science because of all the theories and practices and principles that are followed in the management based on fact and figures, and that are all experimental researches, and they were wholly based on the particular practices. Management is a profession because it depends on the specialized skills, it has the expertise knowledge, it has a universal applicability, it has a code of conduct, restricted entry, and that's why management is called as a. Now we talk about the different concept, one more concept that we are going to discuss today. There were two terms that individuals takes habit. What are these two terms, Bida? These two terms are management and administration. If I'm not wrong, just check out the dictionary beta one. When you just heard about the word administration, in dictionary, the meaning that will be coming is to administer. The meaning that will be coming in the dictionary will be to administer. And in the meaning of management that is coming into your dictionary will be to manage. These are the two words, administer and manage. Now I am asking to you, why I am discussing these two terms? What is the correlation between these two terms? And why it is important to discuss with you all today about these terms. Actually, students, when you go to any organization or any department, somewhere it is written as administrative department, somewhere it is written as management department. Now you just get confused that here it is written as administrative department for what they are responsible, what they are doing. And is there is management department. So what the management department is doing? You just get confused in this, that are they are same? Is management department and administration departments are same? Or they are different? Or they are just two names? What are these? What should I do? If I have to open my organization, if I have to open my company, whether I have to make the administrative department or I have to make a management department? Or a person should be administrator, one person should be management. And if there is a hierarchy, means if there is an organizational level, administration department will go up or management department will go down, up. There was a lot of confusion in the minds of the individuals. What is right? What is wrong? What should be happened? What should be done? Now tell me, student, what is your answer? You have checked out the dictionary till here? About management and administration, students, there were the various theories. Somebody talked that management is just a term to manage, means the person who is doing management is only and only the person who is responsible to follow the rules and regulation, and administration is the person who is responsible for creating the policies and strategies. There is a one concept. There can be the one concept. Another concept is that as the researches have been done, as the experiments have been done, theories have been changed. Now one theory comes, if you just read out the dictionary beta, the meaning of administration comes to control. And if you remember, I've told you there were the several of activities included in the term management. And the one of the activity that is included, that is to control. And I have told what I have told, that the meaning of administration is to control. Now, one theory is there is also that management is a broader term because it includes various of activities like planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. And administration means just to control only. So management includes various activities, which and control is only the one of the part of the activity of the management. So management is the broader term, and administration is the lower term. One theory is this also. One theory is no, administration is at the upper level, management is at the lower level. If several researchers have been research on that, but after that, after various theories, the concept that understood by the individuals, that came into the mind of the individuals, that gives the clarity for the individuals is that these two terms are interrelated. That can be used as actually administration has to do with the setting up of objectives. It is a function of putting into practices. One function is this. Administration is a determinative function, management is an executive function. It only follows what the administration do. Top level, management is a middle level. But after learning out various things, after doing various experiments, researches and everything, what came into the mind that these two terms are same also and different also. Or actually the use of these two terms are taken differently. For example, this administration is generally for the organizations that are government, that are military, that are army, that are strict organizations, government organization. There we use this term administration because they are the person who manages and the person who frame the policies are different. There was a particularly government framed the policies and strategies that they can be worked at the administration level. So there we can say that they are the persons who are responsible for making the policies, and they are different from the management. And the persons who are doing the management are different. They are only responsible to follow the rules and regulations that are framed by that administrative level. So there we can say that administration is at the top level and management is at the middle level. Another case, if we see about the corporates, if we see about the companies, their management individual and the policy framing individuals are same. There are no differentiation between them. The persons who frame the policies, they also are responsible for taking the feedbacks also, and they are also responsible for accomplishing the task by the individuals. So if we talk about in the corporate structure, in the corporate setup, so there these two terms have no meaning. These two terms can be used interchangeably. There the controlling department is different. So there the management and administrations are the same. If we talk about only of administration, administration needs only one quality. That is a quality if you are saying that it needs only administrative quality. Rather, management requires various qualities. Management requires technical quality also. Management requires various types of skills also, other than the qualities, other than the abilities, other than the degrees. So, management is much different from the administration, much different from the functions, much different from the qualities. So, management is completely different in the structure task if we talk about the actually functioning of the management. But it includes various types of activities, it includes various types of skills, it includes various types of areas, various types of theoretical knowledge and practices that administration doesn't have. So administration only deal with the one aspect, and that aspect is that administration is only included in administrative qualities, but management includes technical, human skills, theoretical and various qualities. So in this aspect, administration is different, it just means controlling, and management is different because management requires a various of the qualities. So these two concepts are really different. If we talk about another difference between the management and administration, the administration generally only deal with finance. So as to go, but administration can be added because the administrator is ultimately judged by their admin must incorporate both leadership and vision. If I talk about the actual function that I have told you in the corporate world, where the administrative people are only responsible for the management, Here they also require the same qualities as the management required. So in this aspect, in the corporate structure where every same, management and administration is equal, there is no differentiation between these two terms. So there we can use this term interchangeably. And generally in the corporate structure, management term is used. They didn't use the term like administration. So these two terms are completely different also. They are in somewhat they are same also. Administration in the some of the organization can be said if it is about the setting of policies and controlling. It can be said at the top level, management is called at the middle level. Administration involves only one quality, that is to controlling. Management involves various of activities, planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Administration only deals with the administrative quality, otherwise management deals with the various skills like human skills, technical skills, informational skills, theoretical knowledge and the various degree. Administration only have a one aspect, that is to controlling, but management have the various aspects. But if we talk about in the corporate structure, administrative and finance and management have the same process to deal, have the same process to follow. So in this way, in the corporate sector, they can be have the same functioning, but administrative term we usually use in the military, in the army, in the teaching organization, in the government organization. Management term is generally used in the corporate structure, where the other two individuals were differently followed. So in the some of the organization, administrative people are below the management, and in the some of the structure, administrative people are above the management. So it depends on the structure, it depends on the organization of the organization, that what the function of the management administration is. If in your syllabus come about, you have to write the difference between administration and management. So there you only write this, that administration is top level management. It talks about the creating policies, strategy and procedures for the organization. Management is middle level function. It talks about the functioning of an organization, functioning of the objectives, functioning of the activities that have been decided by the administrative department. Administration means to administer, to control. Management involves various activities. Administrative requires only one quality. Otherwise, management requires various qualities like technical, it requires informational, theoretical and everything, human skills and everything. Administrative term generally used in government and military organizations. Elsewhere, management term is used in the corporate structure. As we can say, we are talking about the functioning. If the management and administration peoples are same, they have to follow the same rules and regulation and same practices. So there we can say these two terms are the same. So student, wind up for today. Thank you all for today. In my next lecture, we are going to find out the other functions of management. Thank you all. In my next lecture, we discuss about the various other concepts. Rest all. Thank you very much.